What's going on, YouTube? So I know it's been a minute. I haven't really put out videos in the last 4, 5, 6 days, something like that. But I'm still in between homes. So come July 1st, these should be coming out more rapidly like they used to. We'll get back to the live commentary and all of that. I've just been very hard to do it in my situation in a hotel and with other people in the hotel with me. So anyways, outside of that, we've got Paulie, the Magic Man, or Paulie, do you believe in magic? Man, Malignaggi versus Artem Lobov. Now, who do I think is going to win this? I think Paulie is at a severe disadvantage. And the reason why I say that is I've been watching some of these bare knuckle fights and they allow them to tie up, hold up in the clinch, and hit in the clinch. Whereas in boxing, you can hit in the clinch, but you can't hold and hit, or it's an illegal shot. And this shit, they let you latch on and just keep hitting while you're latched. There's not a lot of separating. So, with that being said, Paulie's going in there against a UFC veteran. And I really think Artem has the advantage in this bare knuckle fighting, only in that aspect. Now, if Paulie can stay away, uses agility, speed, and hit Artem, he can knock him out. Because here's the thing, and this is what a lot of people don't realize. Although people call Paulie a pillow puncher, he is against other boxers. But when you put him in there with a normal guy or a guy who's not used to being hit by a boxer, he's now a hard hitter. See, boxers are more durable against other boxers, especially softer hitting boxers, because they're used to being hit all the time, and they're used to being hit by guys who know how to throw punches, and all they get hit by is punches. So their durability for punches goes through the fucking roof. And when you got a guy like Paulie who has average power at best in boxing terms, he doesn't do a lot of damage in boxing. But when you put him in there with a guy from MMA who's not used to getting hit all the time, who doesn't know how to roll with the punches the same way, who doesn't have the same style stance, those punches now hit a lot harder against the MMA fighter than they do against the boxer. So, in that aspect, I think Paulie will have good power, especially with it being bone to bone, knuckle to chin. I think he'll have decent power. My only concern for Paulie is if he gets grabbed, I think it's going to be over. I think that's the beginning of the end, and Paulie very well could get knocked out. Now, Paulie's got a lot of heart. He's got a lot of grit. He's got a lot of fire in him. Whenever he comes to fight, he comes to fight. He does not quit. He's not a Conor McGregor that's just going to give up because he gets tired. Paulie's going to come in there to win. The issue with Paulie is he has been knocked out. So he's very susceptible to get knocked out. And whenever you're talking knuckle to chin, there's no more padding. So the reason why in boxing people get brain damage is because they're constantly being hit by punches that should put them out. But it doesn't put them out because you have all that padding behind it. So normally, like in a bare knuckle fight, bow, you hit somebody in the streets, they go to sleep, not a lot of damage done, they're back up on their feet, they're good to go. In boxing, you get bow, 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 and it's just a repetition of hard punches that have just enough off of it not to knock you out, so your brain's constantly getting jarred and rattled. So that's why brain damage happens more in boxing than it does in, say, MMA or in a street fight, because guys normally go to sleep a lot faster the closer you get to bare knuckles. So we know Paulie is susceptible to getting knocked out with boxing gloves hitting him. So a bare knuckle could definitely put him away. If this was just straight bare knuckle boxing by boxing standards, I would say Paulie 100%. But being that they can now fight in the clinch, and Artem is a UFC veteran who is used to tying up, wrapping up, and manipulating bodies, unless Paulie is stronger, which I don't know if he will be, I know he is the bigger man, that's the only chance he has to save him in the clinch. If he's stronger physically, then he'll win the fight. But I fear for Paulie in the clinch. And like I said, these referees are not going to separate them. As long as they're tied up and they're doing damage to each other, they're going to let it ride. They're going to let it happen. So think about like vintage Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton was a monster when he get people against the ropes, or he hold on to them and hit them with his body. But you saw the skill difference with Ricky Hatton when he fought Mayweather. The minute Ricky Hatton and Mayweather came together, the referee separated them immediately, which I kind of did not like because that's where Ricky Hatton does his best work. So because Ricky Hatton wasn't allowed to do the work that he's used to doing, he was not in that outside element, what he wasn't used to, and he got beat with ease. Now, Paulie's going to be an inside element, what he's not used to, and I'm afraid that he's going to get beat with ease. And Lord forbid an illegal elbow come, because I don't know. Like, I don't really see this as boxing versus MMA, like they're trying to make it out to be, because it's still not technically MMA. There's no wrestling on the ground. There's no chokeholds, none of that. I don't see it as common ground because they can't throw kicks. You know, this is, outside of the clinch, this is tilted to be more in favor of the boxer. It's just, people have this weird misconception with boxers where they think that every punch they throw is a knockout. But it's not. They don't. You see fights going for several rounds, 12 rounds. You know what I mean? Like, and you constantly see people tying up in boxing matches. So that tells you that this scary Mike Tyson power does not exist in every fighter. And even with Mike Tyson, when he was blowing through everybody, he would still end up in the clinch with referees separating. So being that you take that separation away, and I know I'm kind of going on a downward spiral and repetitive, but I just have to keep stressing, it's the clinch that scares me for this fight. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it, which is unfortunate. I'm not around where I can get a pay-per-view fight. So I hope Paulie wins. I love boxing. I always side with the boxer. But if I had to put money on it, I think that Paulie might lose this one due to the clinch, unless he's stronger. This isn't a type of fight that I can really do a breakdown on because we all know how this is going to go. Paulie's going to outbox him. Paulie is a much better boxer than Artem. He's going to slip and slide, tag him, bop, 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 move around, bop, bop, bop. And I think Paulie will look good for at least the first minute. I know these are shortened too. They're only 2-minute rounds, I believe. But I believe once Artem gets how Paulie's moving and can grab him, that's the game changer. Once they get into the clinch and Artem just keeps hitting them, then I think Paulie will have a problem. Now, there's always that possibility that Paulie has Artem coming towards him and he just hits him with a jab, light, and it comes straight down the pipe with a straight right to knock him out. If Paulie's going to knock him out, I believe it's going to be with a straight right, hidden behind the jab, something that the MMA fighter is going to have no clue about. And I could see Artem running into a lot of straight rights as he's trying to work his way in because the head movement, the stance, even with the bare knuckle boxing, if you watch him stand, he's very square, almost like he's going to throw kicks, but you can't throw kicks. So that squared stance is a huge disadvantage in a boxing match. So, I mean, I don't know. I'd say I'm 45-55. 45% think that Paulie could catch Artem coming in with with the jab, with a straight to knock him out. And 55% leaning towards Artem, getting him in the clinch and just beating the shit out of him and Paulie not knowing what to do or how to get out of the clinch. That's my 2 cents. Paulie, I hope you win. Please make boxing look good as you are a 2-time world champion. So do what's right, bro. It's all on your shoulders.